of being able to, put my story out there with the world and connect with so many different people of different backgrounds who've experienced these different life-altering traumas has been something I'd get shot 20 more times to be able to kind of have that growth that comes from those connections. My name is Brandon Peacock. I run a local charity to Ottawa called Hit the Ground Running, where we raise money for trauma survivors to cover their cost of psychotherapy and physiotherapy and recovery. The goal of Hit the Ground Running is to make as many impacts as I can in the lives of trauma survivors across Canada and hopefully the States as well one day. They told my boy Gavin he would never walk again. So initially when we launched the charity, we primarily used social media for growth. So what we did is we started using my story to market what we were doing, and we were very fortunate to surpass, I want to say, 5 to 10 million views on our TikTok and Instagram accounts mostly our TikTok, within probably the first 6 to 8 months of launching the charities. June 2020, car pulled up, opened fire on the barbershop that I was walking into. Guy kind of like launched me and the woman who was holding the door open for me into the barbershop, and just as third man in, I took all the bullets. So I got hit 3 times, once in the chest, once in the left knee, and then once in the femoral artery, my right leg. That bullet should have killed me. They gave me about a 50-50 shot going into surgery that night to make it through, and they told my parents that they were pretty confident I was going to lose my right leg. The last words before I went into that life-saving surgery was I looked at my surgeons and I told them, do what you have to do, kill me if you have to, but you cannot let me lose that leg. After I got shot, I was very fortunate to have a best friend who was a physiotherapist, and he decided that as a summer science project, he was going to take me on as a free client. We worked out 5 hours a day, 7 days a week for months.
First steps, let's go.
Initially, I was told that I might not ever walk normally again, but thanks to his help, I got to this point where I was able to run marathons. And I realized pretty quickly that with the right resources and the right team around you, recovery can be so different for trauma survivors. And I'm trying to do my part to give other people the same resources that I had and pay it forward for how lucky I was. 2 weeks ago, I quit my day job, a job that paid me well, had great benefits, allowed me to work from home, and had tremendous work-life balance. I'd rather be working 14-hour days pursuing something I think that is truly more meaningful than just myself. This is not just like a one-year fight, right? We're 3 years in now, and I want to keep doing this for the rest of my life. Historically speaking, like for example with Gavin, who is the young man who was paralyzed from the waist down after taking a stray bullet, we've been covering his physiotherapy on a monthly basis at like a top-tier neuro physio specialist to try to give him the best chance at walking again. So that certainly is, a consistent bill for us.
I want you guys to see what really is possible with what we do and what we've been able to accomplish, and more importantly, you've been able to accomplish.
Gavin is probably the thing that I'm most proud of in this world. Basically, they put him through kind of the basics of rehab, right? But they were just like, this is your new reality. He called me, he's like, this isn't my new reality. I'm gonna walk again. I know I can, I just need the tools to do it. And I was so confident in him, I'm like, whatever it takes, we'll make it happen. I'm very particular with where our money goes and who it goes to, because I want to make sure they have the highest opportunity to recover, not just given their circumstances, right? I'm not handing it out to people who have the easiest pathway to recover, but I want to give it out to the people who are truly going to use the resources we hand out the best. This is our 3rd annual run, running it out of the TD place. We make it a pay what you can fee. The reason we did that is our goal is community building, right? We want to make sure our events are as inclusive as possible so we can best, create a group of long-term supporters to the mission that we're on. I have to remain active. It'll certainly cause problems long-term if I sit down and just kind of like live life. For me to be able to manage that long-term, I need to be in the best kind of fitness I possibly can be, really just to make sure that I'm able to keep up the adaptations. There's going to be some really bad days in your life, there's going to be some really good days in your life, but the really bad and the really good are usually the ones that you remember. It's the average that you forget, right? And I'd rather have a really bad experience and be able to look back at that in 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, and be like, damn, like That day broke me, but look where I am now.